Embryonic development, the incredible journey from one cell to a baby. Inside the human body, an extraordinary journey begins with something almost invisible to the naked eye. One microscopic cell carries the potential to become an entire human being. But how does a single fertilized egg transform into a developing embryo, with a beating heart, a growing brain, tiny limbs, and eventually recognizable human features? This is the incredible process of embryonic development. The journey begins when a sperm cell successfully meets an egg cell. Their genetic material combines, creating a new cell called a zygote. This tiny cell contains a complete set of genetic instructions needed to guide development. Then something remarkable happens. The zygote begins dividing. One cell becomes two, two become four, four become eight. Without increasing dramatically in size at first, the cells multiply rapidly, creating the foundation for everything that follows. As the cells continue dividing, the developing structure travels toward the uterus. It becomes a compact ball of cells called a morula, and then develops into a hollow structure known as a blastocyst. Now comes a critical moment. The blastocyst reaches the uterus and begins attaching itself to the uterine lining. This process is called implantation. The cells are already beginning to specialize. Some will eventually form the embryo itself, while others contribute to structures that support development, including the placenta. During the next stage, the cells undergo dramatic organization. Three fundamental cell layers emerge. These layers will eventually produce virtually every tissue and organ in the body. The nervous system begins taking shape. The early heart and blood vessels begin developing. The digestive system starts forming. And the embryo rapidly changes from a simple collection of cells into an organized developing body. It is one of the most intense periods of transformation in human development. One of the most fascinating developments is the early cardiovascular system. The primitive heart structure forms and begins rhythmic activity very early in embryonic development. Meanwhile, the neural tube forms, the structure that develops into the brain and spinal cord. Tiny signals between cells guide development with extraordinary precision. Genes switch on and off. Cells migrate. Tissues fold and connect. Every step builds upon the one before it. Soon, tiny buds appear where the arms and legs will develop. The embryo's body becomes increasingly recognizable. The face begins forming. Early structures of the eyes and ears develop. Internal organs continue taking shape. Meanwhile, the placenta plays a vital role in supporting the growing embryo by helping exchange oxygen, nutrients, and waste products between mother and developing baby. The embryo is no longer just a cluster of cells. It is becoming an organized, complex human body. By the end of approximately the 8th week after fertilization, the major basic body plan has been established. From this point, the developing baby is generally referred to as a fetus. Growth and maturation now become the dominant processes. Organs continue developing. The brain becomes increasingly complex. Bones strengthen. Muscles develop. And the tiny body continues preparing for life outside the womb. From one microscopic cell to a rapidly developing human body, embryonic development is one of nature's most extraordinary biological processes. Millions of precisely coordinated cellular events transform genetic instructions into a living, growing human being. A tiny beginning, followed by an incredible journey of development. Disclaimer: this video is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice. If you enjoy this science documentary, kindly subscribe, like, and share our videos. Stay tuned for more upcoming videos. Thanks for watching.